My name is Lawson, and I'm the co-founder of the Warriors Project. God has me, I do a lot of intercessory prayer. I pray over the Warriors Project. I pray over Tiny because I know he's the head. But in prayer this morning, he took me to Ephesians 6 and 12. Put on the whole armor of God. In this walk, when you put on this Warriors t-shirt, you're going to be attacked. The devil is not like what we are doing. And he would do everything he can, to try to attack us. He, like in January, he hit me with aneurysm. My heart valve busted. I had 5 aneurysms. And the doctor asked me to call my wife here for prayer. But God is good. You know what I'm saying? God is good. And what I wanted to do is just Tiny. I pray over him. I remember when we worked together, he didn't believe in the Lord. I know he didn't believe in the Lord. He told me he didn't, but see, God is not about religion. God is not about rules and regulation. God is about relationship. So I used to always anoint my hands, and touch him and anoint the doorknobs and everything because, God can do anything. He told me that he was going to save Tiny, and within 5 years, he did it. And 5 is God's number of grace. And I say it's by the grace of God. He said, put on the whole armor of God. So what I want to do, we have been in this, and we have the sword of the Spirit, but I just want to present to him. December 1st of this year, I had 20 years of continuous sobriety. And when I first got sober, a gentleman planted this in my life. And now I want to plant it in Tiny life, the sword of the Spirit. He got everything else, he got the sword of the Spirit. And I want to plant it in his life, to play it forward to the next man. Thanks, brother. Love you, man.
Say something.
We're down at Project 612, and it's Wednesday, it's a big fish fry. They welcome us into their family, and we welcome them into our family. They're here today. And I talked about it a little bit I would sit in the center monitoring and watch the cameras, and there's this big black guy, whack job, man. Like, he's going around with oil on his hands, and he's ignoring door jams and doorknobs, and I'm thinking, man, this dude ain't rap tight, man. There's something up with this guy. I would laugh. Little did I know, he was putting oil on his hands, and he was touching me and hugging me and ministering to me without ramming Jesus Christ down my throat. He was practicing the love of Christ in me. And he not only was practicing it, I was watching him. The biggest role that Jeff, in my opinion, has taken as co-founder of this project is that I probably would not have received Christ, and I probably wouldn't have been here today without God utilizing him to do his work through him to me. I'm eternally grateful to have him as a brother. I'm a Marine, and I trust like 2 people with my life. One is Stevie Waller, my brother I did time on the battlefield with. And the other one's Jeff Wilson, because I'm doing time on the battlefield with him today. Thanks, my brother. I love you, man.
You can stay up here, though. I just wanted to say what happened this morning, just to show how God's love is and what he's doing for the Warrior Project. My start, I went to bed at 11 o'clock last night. I got up at 4 o'clock this morning. I didn't want to, but I did. And text one of my sponsees, and got up and got ready for my day. I had to go to Wilson Hall to work with some guys. And I go to the gas station on 12th and Fulton, where I go every day. It's where I do a lot of ministry when I get out of my car there. And this young man, talking about what you guys just said, come up to me into the store. I seen him at the cash register. He went out and come back in. I was like, dude, I've got to sign that car out there. And I get out there talking to him. And we started talking about the Warrior Project. and God. And then Tiny's name got brought up, and he knew Tiny from SRCCC, from Slay of the Dragon. And I said, well, this is pretty much what the Warrior Project is, that Slay of the Dragon kind of evolved into that. And they were talking about higher power, and what AA talks about. He was talking about all of his worries and the guilt and stuff that he's dealing with. Mind you, he just bought like 6 tall boys of ice hops. And I could smell it on his breath, and we're talking, and he's like, well, how did you get out of that darkness? And I said, Jesus Christ. Well, Tiny back then was talking about a higher power, and I said, Tiny found Christ already, brother. And he's like, what? And you know how dramatic our brothers can be sometimes. He freaked out. He's like, you kidding me? And I said, I'm telling you, bro, Tiny's on fire for Christ. And I said, you can be too, you know. But that's how God works through us, is through each of us, to spread that word. And who knows, you know, God might have planted a seed right there through one of us. And that's the whole purpose of all this, is to plant that seed of Christ and to be our brother's keeper and be there when they got their hand out. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Tiny.